Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to install the Windows Server 2016 backup solution. It's a built-in feature that you can just install on the Server 2016. It provides you a set of wizards and other tools for you to perform basic backup and recovery tasks. The first thing you need to do is to install the feature itself, because if you make a search for backup, you can actually find it in a search, but it tells you that it's not installed on the computer. So you will need to go into the server manager and install the feature. If the manager is not open, you can just click on Start button and click on Server Manager. Once it's open, you click on Manage, Add Role and Features, then Role-based or Feature-based installation, Next. You can select the current server if you only have one, Next, and then click on the Features tab. If you scroll to Windows section, you can see the Windows Server Backup feature. You then click Next. You can tick the Restart the destination server automatically if required, if you want to, or you can just install it and restart the server afterwards. So we click on Install, and we'll wait for the install to be completed. Once the installation is completed, you can close the window and click on Tools. Then you go to the Windows section, and at the end you can see Windows Server Backup. You click on it. First thing we would like to do in here is, for example, to back up the server once. So you click on Backup once. You haven't set up a schedule yet, so you just choose a different option. You don't have any other choices. And then when you are presented with the backup configuration you would like to schedule or used, you're presented with two options. The first one is a full server backup, which will back up literally all the devices, even the USB devices connected to the server. And you will back up the volume, hard drive, everything that is actually storing data. Or you can choose a custom solution, and you can choose which, file or drive, bare metal. You can choose anything you would like to back up. So we click Next. We want to click Add Items. So when we choose to select our items for backup, you will see here that we have a list of the volumes that are associated with this machine, like the C drive, but we also have some special volumes here, like our system reserve drive, which includes our boot information and our recovery information, as well as the system state and our bare metal recovery item here. So in this case, what we want to do is we would like to back up just everything. We want to be able to do a bare metal recovery. So we will need to save the system state, and also system reserved and our main drive, which is disk C. Then click on OK. So after you have added the items, we would like to know what are the advanced settings. So first of all, in the first tab, you have the exclusions. You can imagine that if you have a file server and, for example, you have a bunch of movies or audio files, you actually don't want to back them up. You can just add exclusions and exclude them from the backup. In the second tab, which is actually most important, are the VSS settings. For the full VSS backup, use this option if you are not using any other backup or any other product to backup applications, because this selection is going to update the entire backup history of each file and clear the log files. The second option is VSS copy backup. However, if you are using another product, well, then you will use a VSS copy backup, which retains those application log files. So you just be aware if you are using some enterprise solution and you want to do a Windows Server backup, this is a default settings here for the VSS copy backup. So just be cautious of this if you plan on doing a Windows Server backup in addition to the solution that you may have. If you are not using any other solution, you can create a VSS full backup. Then click OK. Okay, so next we will choose on which drive we would like to save the backup. You have two choices, either local drive or you can choose a remote share folder on the network. So in my case, I have a second hard drive, which is the drive with a letter D, and I'm choosing this one to backup. Then you will see the confirmation screen. It tells you, all the summary information about the backup you are going to do. And if you are happy with it, you can just click backup. So when this is completed, you will get a screen with a summary of the status, the data transferred, and you can make sure that the status is completed. So one last thing we can explore is the configure performance settings. I can assume that you're familiar with the different backup approach today, which are full, differential, or incremental backups. So you can actually configure those kind of backups, different types of backups in configure performance settings. So the first option, normal backup performance, you would like to choose this option to specify that the backups you create are full backups. During a backup operation, Windows will transfer all the content of the volume being backed up. You can choose the faster backup performance. You want to choose this option to specify that the backups that you create are incremental backups. So Windows will leave a shadow copy on the source volume to use to track the changes. During the next backup operation, only the changes since the last backups are transferred, which it's compared to the normal backup performance where the entire source volume data is transferred. And finally, you have the custom option. And then for each item on the volume, you can either select a full backup or an incremental backup. So that's it for the backup. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, and many more videos are coming. Thank you.